messages, programming, that sort of stuff. So when you get into sending us your times and stuff, you'll be using forms that I helped develop. And our system replies to your messages if they have a problem with them. Mostly you typed in the load number wrong, CT number in incorrectly. The other thing is you can't skip a step. So if you forgot to send in arrived in shipper and you're trying to send loaded information, you still have to go back and send the arrived in shipper first before I'll accept your departure message. And for those of you in Blackwell, it's really important to make sure if you do a lumper to record that information in your message. And those would be on your departure messages. It'll ask you, did you have a lumper or a pallet fee? And if you say yes, then it'll ask you how you paid for it and what the amount was, that sort of thing. And that just helps us in our automation in our system. There's several customers that we have to notify every time we have a lumper. So if you tell us automatically, then I can automatically tell the customer, hey, we had a lumper on this load, and it was so much. For the heavy haul guys, I've seen some of the dispatchers make you go back and finish the load up because they won't arrive it themselves. They want you to send that message in so that it gets arrived. We also use geofence, which is just using your GPS in your trucks, and we track where you are, and we try and do a half-a-mile circle on the delivery point or the pickup point. And so as soon as you enter that point, we say you've arrived. And when you drive out of that circle, we say you've delivered. The problem is when you go into the site, check in, and they say come back in 2 hours, and you run down to somewhere else to do something, we've just checked you in and checked you out as far as our systems. And that's the problem. And honestly, we don't have a good answer for that right now. The other problem that we have is occasionally the GPS point is not accurate. We picked it wrong somehow. They typed it in wrong, or we did an automatic and it picked the wrong address or something. I just had a problem with Safeway in Tracy. The site is so big that our point was at the top of the Safeway location, and the guys were unloading at the bottom half, and we only do a half-a-mile circle, and so he was right at 0.5 miles. So it came in at 0.5, and then it went to 0.6, and as soon as it went to 0.6, he departed. So he showed up and left, and he was really there for detention, and so that's when we have to work harder to get that detention for you and for the customer. So it's very important that you send those messages in so we can make sure our system is working correctly and we can show the customer the correct times that you're arriving and departing. So now that I've introduced myself, I sort of jumped ahead a little bit. We'll go around and have everybody introduce themselves, starting with Jared.
My name is Jared Cawley. I'm the orientation instructor. And yeah, most of my experience is in LTL and tanker, and I've been with the company now for 5 weeks.
Oh, I'm Randy. I'm the flatbed trainer, securement trainer. I've been here a couple of years, and I'm glad to be here.
A couple of years, come on now. A little bit more than that.
Almost 20, but
And you've been here, come back, and been here, and come back.
So altogether 24 years, but altogether total 20 years. So
it must mean something if you keep coming back, right?
it's a good company to come back to.
All right, go ahead.
I'm Christian Griffin, and I'm in the reefer division. Out of
So-
Tucson,
How many years have you been driving?
fresh out of school.
Fresh out of school. So what do you think so far?
I love it. The training is good, and yeah, I like it.
Good. Glad. Welcome.
My name is Trevor Gardner. Also fresh out of training that I've gotten so far up to this point has been great. So hopefully I'll be here for quite some time and make a good career out of it.
Good, I'm glad. Well, if you see a good place to hunt, remember, you gotta wait until you're in your little car before you go hunting.
No company fuel on that one, huh?
No,
All right.
no carrying the rifle in the truck either.
Put it up on the rack above the sleeper.
My name is Luis. I'm the creative guy here, so I do all the the wraps, any graphics that you see on social media, photography, video, all that. So
You're a
I've been
rapper?
here, huh?
You're a rapper?
Wraps. I've been here for 4 years now. So, yep.
Okay.
My name's Logan Shocko, trainee new hire, pretty fresh out of school. I did work 3 months here regionally, but I wasn't getting enough on the road time and really did my research, and I'm excited I ended up here.
Good. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
My name's Jim. I'm fresh out of school too. Kind of old in tooth, but looking for a new adventure for a while.
Okay. And you're with Blackwell too?
I'm at Blackwell.
Okay, well, unfortunately, Chris was complaining to me that we don't have enough glass drivers, and we're supposed to encourage all the Blackwell guys to get a little bit of experience and then go to glass. And Randy will be glad to start your training
I
out.
will.
We got 2 more coming in, 2 more glass drivers coming in next week.
Great.
We got 4 total down the pike, so, yeah.
Well, she said she wanted 50 more, so you guys better get busy.
You will be expected to see me as soon as I have the opportunity.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, well, that's great. I know that Blackwell told me that it's a little bit slower, just the time of year, sort of the middle, the crops aren't all grown, but he just, Roger, the manager of the department, told me that they're just taking other loads that aren't necessarily paying as well as the others, but he's trying to keep you guys all busy. So I'm sure you'll find that working okay. Anybody have any questions or anything?
Just anxious to get behind the wheel.
Okay, well, you will be doing that. The coaching is there to just sit in the passenger seat and relax and make you guys do all the work. When payroll comes around, we will send you an email with your payroll information. It gets automatically generated when the payroll's finished, unless we have some hiccups. We had hiccups in the beginning of this payroll period, but at the end, it all worked out just fine for us. We use ADP, as I'm sure you all know now that you had to sign up, but they make a change for us and then they forget and took something off. So we lost all your PTO time for a couple of weeks, and now it's back again. So your email will generate or list how much PTO time you have it available also. So if you ever see anything wrong in the emails, you need to make sure you speak up and let us know. Usually it's not a problem, but sometimes there's something wrong, but we've tried to automate most of that stuff. So the big things are like your lumpers. Some of them you have to pay for yourself, and you take your money off your comp data card to do that. Well, any money you take off the card, we charge you for it. So as long as we have the receipt, the lumper receipt, no problem. But if you get tired and you don't send it in right away and their payrolls the next day or the cutoffs the next day, then all of a sudden you got this $300 or $400 charge against your payroll, and you don't get reimbursed until the next payroll period. So obviously that's not a good thing. So you just need to make sure if you're delivering on that day, you got that receipt. You want to just do all the paperwork now, get it all taken care of, so you don't have any problem on the next load. You don't want to procrastinate. Just get in the habit of delivering, take your pictures, you're good to go. And I will say that some of the pictures are pretty poor, so try and get yourself a good system that works, or get a clipboard or something so you can get some good pictures and not be fuzzy, or I know we can improve the quality of the paperwork, but at least if we get good quality pictures, that's to our advantage.
Tell them to get rid of the Androids. That'll help.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily the phone. I mean, the customers' paperwork, they get pretty bad sometimes. But I agree. I like my iPhone here.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions or anything? Okay, I guess that's it.
Well, so communication, like you talked about a minute ago, is key to everything that we do. So just like the time in the cutoff period, if you guys don't catch it, don't communicate it to us directly, there can be that gap. So it goes both ways. We don't hear from you, we don't know anything's wrong. But that being said, we're going into a summer, and summer brings heat. And I think our safety focus next month is going to be hydration or heat-related illness. So you get out there, remember to drink water, please. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
And water, not soda, and not caffeinated items. I mean, when I was younger, that's all I drank was soda. But you get a little bit older, you learn that drinking water or something is a lot better for you than soda.
Right, it can even do just the same thing that you're trying to get out of a caffeinated drink. Hydration, keep you awake just as easily as that caffeine can.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
Okay, well, have a good weekend, everyone.